Our next speaker is Cathy Bird, who's originally from Norway House, Manitoba, but she lives in Peguis First Nation. She's a community health nurse working in traditional healing at the Peguis Health Services. She's worked and learned about Aboriginal medicines and healing ceremonies for close to 20 years. She set up the traditional healing program in the community, Cree being her first language. She is among many traditional healers and knowledge keepers that have given direction to create this program. One of Cathy's responsibilities is to ensure that there are enough medicines to last the coming year, and with the help of 2 grandmothers and 4 younger harvesters, the summer months are spent harvesting, drying, preparing, and storing approximately 80 different medicines. In 2003, along with traditional healers and knowledge keepers, Mark Thompson, Edna Manitowabi, and Alan Jacobs, she helped set up a 4-year Aboriginal medicine program to teach and share sacred medicine teachings with 30 Aboriginal apprentices. We are honored to have you here today, Kathleen. Please help me welcome Kathleen Bird.
Mete manido niwiganuna. Mete manido niwiganuna. 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 Shawene meshina. Shawene meshina. Midday ajemowen ni weekenda. Midday ajemowen ni weekenda. Ni weekenda. Ni weekenda. Ni weekenda. Nadamowen. Nadamoeshina. Mede manidu niwiganuna. Mede manidu niwiganuna. 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 Nadamoeshina. Nadamoeshina. Dansene wago maganak. Misha kianaka doken sningason. Mikinakan tutem. Agwa ni sangi bichtegan mit dewegamigok. Nina naskuma no manaskagi sagak mat sunaste. Mitunina naskuman e wapitagok kakino. Ogiskina magewak. Kusimina wagoste. Kitawasumesanawak. Kitanis kutabananak. Mawatse minusetenino. Kakino tapuak. Agwa. Nina naskumao. Ni sim kagi pentumet. Tagyane muhtaman kakino kanage apitsits. Kagi pegis kinamatik kehtiak. Maskigia. Nina naskumao awanapeo kiseno pinakuyam gitao. Winagagi wabatne tani maskigia. Agwa, what happened to my pictures? I'm getting all tangled up here. And, excuse me, I'm going to switch to English now. I could do this all in Korean, I would love to. But I'm going to switch to English because I know there's many of us who don't understand our languages. I want to honor my teachers the elders, Pinaquiam, he was from the Blood Reserve, who shared his knowledge with me and then encouraged me to begin to teach it. I've spent many years on the land, harvesting medicines, working with the traditional healers. I grew up there and listening to stories. And one thing that I came to realize in listening to those stories was that, my goodness, our people were so scientific. They understood the weather. They understood the growth cycles. They understood the star world, the animal life, the cycles. And what a better place to learn it than out on the land, where you can feel the sun, you can hear the birds, you can feel the wind, you can feel the earth's energy. We were never a people to sit in a box and learn in a box. The world was our teacher. And I wanted to share a little bit about what I do, what I've been so privileged to learn, so privileged. And I want to share it with everybody. I want everybody to be a part of it because it is who we are. And especially educators who are working with little ones. You'll see some little ones in there. And grandmothers and grandfathers. That we come from a beautiful place. We had everything. And we need to listen to the stories the old people have. Oh, they're going. And we got to capture them before they go. Because that's where our children and our grandchildren are going to heal. My prayer song that I shared with you talks about Creator and how all this, do you know her? Sturgeon Lake Grandma, making bannock. Everything is based on Creator. Our spirits come from Creator. And we have beautiful creation stories that we need to begin to be teaching our little ones. We have beautiful songs. Beautiful dances. Many of you dance. That song is in Anishinaabe. And I come from a proud heritage of Cree, Nakota. And not that long ago, I found out that 6 generations ago, an Anishinaabe man came to Norway House, fell in love with a Cree woman, married her, and that's where we're from. So when I sing Anishinaabe, I sing it proud, because that's also who I am. And that song talks about Creator. Creator, I need to talk to you. Creator, I need to talk to you. Have compassion for me. Have compassion for me. I need to learn your sacred teachings. Help me to learn your sacred teachings. A man from Wikwemegong, Manitoulin Island, shared that song with me. And then I shared it with Sturgeon Lake. Everybody, you guys know Willie Ermine, eh? He changed it into Cree. And I sing it proud in Cree too. Beautiful song. And that's what this is based on. Learning about our medicines for thousands and thousands of years. That's what kept us alive. That's why we're here today. When we stopped using a lot of these things, you know where we are today. And the many sicknesses that we are afflicted with. And as educators, I think it's important. All the science is out there. The other thing I found out was that they were so technological, these are people. What's the word? Kagepatsiak. Motsmetanats. Koyask kigiskenta meneno. Utaskim. Kigiskene meogesemantua. How many of us will try and go and get a fish and they'll tell us to clean it and we don't know how? Take some people in the bush and you ask them, which tree is this? And they don't know. Birch trees, spruce trees, tamarack. This old man took me in the bush to show me his medicines and he started naming them. Arigisatic, he said. I never knew there was a tree called a frog willow. You know? Things like that. So, this old man who taught me, I went out with him for 7 years, 4 years before I could even harvest medicine. And he never took me out and said, this is this. He opened little bundles and showed me green things, told me what they were, where to find them, how to use them, and then he closed them up and he said, go find them. So, what did he say this was again? You know, I did it. I did it. And I can name you those plants that are showing up there in Cree, some of them anyway. And Ishnabemoen, some of them. Manomitos. You know what manomitos is, eh? And we make our ointments and creams. Think of an education system where we're teaching our little ones and taking them out in the bush and showing them. Oh, they love it. Because it's hands-on. I remember taking my grandkids and walking around in the bush with them and getting them to touch the trees so they'll feel the bark of a birch tree, the bark of a mitos, or white poplar, spruce tree, and then you can do it with your eyes closed and you'll be able to name them all by touching. We need to begin to use our 5 senses again. That's how that old man taught me. Wouldn't let me write anything down. So it's a lot of it is up here in my head. And somebody said, you got to write a book. Maybe. I want to, you make sure and let me know when my time is close, huh? Because I can, I do a lot of presentations. A lot of medical people. I think this might be one of the first biggest education group I've ever presented to. But to talk about traditional medicine, ceremony, there's so much, eh? I can only give you a little scratch, and I was hoping that the pictures would help you to realize the amount that is in the medicine. I also acknowledge that, and I respect people who do this work, and I really encourage you, if you're working medicine, to carry that bundle in a good way. and to share it with our young ones. Because when I get old, and I'm not old yet, older. When I get older and I get more debilitated, I want somebody that I can go to when I need medicine. And the only way we're going to do that is if we keep passing it on. And for me, that old man, Pinaquium, told me you have to start teaching it. And then he said, you have to give our CHRs and especially our CHRs, because they're the ones who work closest with our people. So it took me a long time to do that, or to have confidence. Being a residential school survivor, I had to build myself up to it. But I do it now. I have a medicine camp where it's called Akima Skiginan Tawiwewen, Earth Medicine Healing. 4 sessions of it, 4 years. Sturgeon Lake has really taken it on, and they're now doing their own medicine camp. And that's what I want to see. Because this is not my bundle. Our elders, when our medicines and customs were outlawed, many of them put that bundle by the wayside, put their medicines away. Many of them went underground. And Kimutsle, because of fear of being imprisoned or castrated by the Catholic churches and religious people. So they did it on the Kimuts, I say. And they doctored their little ones, doctored their families, but they didn't say anything. So they kept those little bundles of knowledge alive here and there. And I'm really grateful they did that. Because then I've scratched the surface. I've opened the door. I'm learning about medicine. And that's what we want. Our people to pick up those medicine bundles. Not be instant medicine people, but to open the door and begin to learn. Even one thing, buffalo berries grow all over in Saskatchewan, right? Silver willow berries, grind them up, take out the seed, teething powder. And all your grandmothers can get some berries this summer. Grind them up, give them to your grandchildren, teething powder. We use it in our health center. The mothers say that when their babies use that, they stop crying instantly. That the berry, our people were smart. They knew their environment. We need to begin knowing our environment. We have to move out of the boxes. Our mother still provides for us. And we need to look after her so that she's there for the great-grandchildren of our great-grandchildren. That's our prophecy as Aboriginal, Indigenous people. 7 generations ahead, always. And so I encourage you as educators, very vital role in our communities. Don't get stuck in the box. Take your kids out for medicine walks. Even if you don't know the plants, learn. Even if you learn one, learn with them. Learn with them. The berry plants, don't go stick them in your mouth though. You need to know what you're picking. They're very powerful, can be very potent. And so you have to walk carefully. And that's how I encourage people. I'm sharing a little bit of this. you, my brothers and sisters, my relatives, and encourage you to open the doors. Even if it's just a crack, at least it's open. And then you begin to venture out there and begin to learn. There's still many, many of our people who still have the knowledge of the land. She was our best teacher. She kept us going for thousands and thousands of years. And you know when the visitors came over? She was still the same because we respected her and we looked after her. And I guess that's one of the last things I want to leave with you in my sharing, and that carries me is that teaching of respect. How do you say it again in Cree? I just told you. Uncle, how do you say respect in Cree? Huh? Remind me, I'm deaf too. I'm going deaf too in my old age. Kiskeitamuen. Yeah, manachituen or kiskeintamuen. That was one of our main, the foundation. And so I just wanted to leave that with you. I was told I have 5 minutes. I'm done? Thank you for allowing me this little bit of time to hopefully light a little spark under you that at times in your education, move out of the boxes. Take your children out. Go for a walk. Learn with them if you don't know. And they love it out there. They love it out there. You can stand again and ask them it now.